Guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the test server, really checking out patch 1.92. So there are a couple things that I noticed that are a few differences. So within the library, another part of this is the Echoes of Time, guys. Now the Elemental Strife, this is one kind of book that we've seen. All three of these, we have Awakened Disease, we have Awakened Thane, and then we do have Awakened Taline in here. You can go through, you can watch the videos that they made. You can also go through and you can read the story. They give you a couple diamonds for reading the story. But this is the Elemental Strife edition, like what you can see right here. Now we have a new book. It is the Heroism to Behold, which is pretty cool, guys. So it shows through here Desperation, Flame Reborn, The Anguish. So there are multiple videos in here. You do get a couple diamonds built out of here. But the record keeper, my name is Abel. My grandfather is a church historian responsible for compiling records for the Lightbearer Temple. It's been over 40 years. So I'm not sure if we've seen any of these videos. I don't know, and I want to see exactly what it's going to look like in here. To see some of the videos, which this is looking a little familiar right here. Because I believe this is Lucretia, isn't it? Yep, I believe this is the Lucretia video. So right here's the Flame Reborn, which is the Awakened Taline video. You can go ahead and read the story there. And then this one, I believe, is Valoris when the video that they did in there. So we're going to continue getting more of these books. You can see the Heroism to Behold. Within the first one, we have Lucretia and we have Ainz. That's actually quite a older video. That is kind of when Lucretia fell into the Hypogean, or when, not Ainz, when Zephyro came down, and both of them kind of got in a fight. Flame Reborn, of course, I believe this is the one where it is Taline, and it is with Frampton, and it also is with the Star. And then the Anguish is, of course, where Valoris is just mass murdering people that she is lured into her dreams themselves. Now, some of the other updates, guys, we have an update to a couple of the different heroes. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to pull up the hero and see some of the changes over here. I pulled up the notes. So first one, guys, we have Mahira, and the change is to this very last one. So the amount of health consumed to summon minions is slowly restored over the following 6 seconds. So that's not too bad. So she does sacrifice a considerable amount of health. The big thing with this, guys, is of course when you start building her up, when you get her to, I believe, the plus 30 signature item, if at full health, any excess healing effects from Mahira will be converted into energy. That is right, guys. The faster that you're getting her to full health, the more she is going to be able to ult. So this ability itself might be a little bit stronger with a little bit of a tweak that she built, but it does require her to be at a plus 60. Now, historically with Mahira, you don't need her engraved at all. You really don't even need her built very far. The big reason for that, guys, is the Mesmerize effect will work regardless of the level that she's on, regardless of where she is built as far as signature item, as far as engraving, as far as furniture. This skill will work just as it is intended. But again, being able to get a little bit of health back much faster when she uses this will allow her to regenerate a little bit of additional energy. Now, another hero that did get kind of a buff was Leah Frick. Leah Frick, this one, allies crit rating are increased by 30% for a period at the start of the skill. Enemies ahead that are facing towards Leah Frick additionally suffer the attack rating reduction effects of the skill Unhorrified Mask, which is right here, guys. Terrified enemies lose 45% of their attack rating. But I have to read this. At the start of the skill, enemies ahead that are facing towards Leah Frick. So essentially, if Leah Frick's in the back row and the enemies are facing Leah Frick, will suffer that 45% attack effect, the reduction of the Unmasked Horror. But I'm not sure if the crit rating increased by 30% is really a game changer. I do have another instance up of BlueStacks. So I'm going to hop over here and see, and we're over here on the FHG account. I just want to see what Leah Frick has here. Not too familiar with the hero itself. So allied crit is increased by 20%. So there we go, guys. So the new one is a 30%, and it does add the addition here of the Unhorde Mask. Looking here again, the amount of health is regained over 6 seconds. But what ability did Mahira have before? So we see the new kind of built Mahira. Current amount of health is sacrificed is reduced to 30%. So now they got rid of the reduction of health in here, and they just made it a heal over time, over 6 seconds, which could be pretty beneficial, honestly. And then, of course, the final one is a hero that I don't know very many people have ever built, but it is the human wall guys. So Titus within here, look at that. That seems... So damage up to 1900 of Titus attack rating can be mitigated. Duration of the defensive shield is extended to 8 seconds. While in a dormant state, each time Titus absorbs energy orbs produced by an ally, he will grant them an additional shield that has a value equal to 320% of his attack rating, which has a duration of 4 seconds. This can be used every 6 seconds. So little bit, I don't feel it's really a game changer in there, again, because he's super expensive to build, and then to put the plus 60 engraving on there, maybe niche at best, but I don't think this is going to be a game changer just to throw up another shield. Big thing, guys, of course, when you do get into level deficiencies, the shielding effect doesn't really have really much of an effect at all. We're looking at immunities, you're looking at crowd control, you're looking at things that are much superior than the shield itself. But let's take a quick look at the older version of Titus. And again, I like that I can do this over on BlueStacks. Damage up to 1900 of the attack rating can be mitigated. Duration of the defensive shield is extended to 8 seconds. So now he's giving shields to everybody, guys. So that is pretty solid to get the shields, which again, when you start getting into those high level deficiencies, Titus absolutely just gets destroyed. So again, pretty interesting to see that they would go back and change a couple of these heroes. Now, the big thing, guys, of course, these heroes, it shows that Lilith is looking at reworking some of these heroes, which I think is very cool. They need... All three of those heroes are not really used in anywhere that I know. Leah Frick is not used. Titus is not used. Mahira we do use for the Charizard comp, but that's really the only place that she's used. So giving her possibly a little bit more energy regeneration will allow that Mesmerize effect to go off a little bit faster. Now, second thing I noticed, guys, that actually came up today was the Treasure Scramble. You can see it is the Smoldering Peaks. So there are a couple different routes in here. Now, ultimately, I don't think the routes have really any difference, but it's awesome that you do get the different landscaping. You also do get a different buff. So the direct damage of all heroes is reduced by 60%, but when they deal damage multiple times to the same enemy within a short duration, they will acquire 25 energy points per time, and their damage to the enemy gradually increases up to a maximum of 400%. This, guys, is the reason within here, as it changes season to season and these buffs change, it is going to be interesting to see what heroes work, where we know before the first time we did Treasure Scramble, formations that did well in there because they had the initial burst damage might not do as well in here because, again, the entire Elemental Strife kind of ability within the Treasure Scramble has changed considerably. So we're going to have to see exactly when this or how this affects the team comps we have in here. When damage has been stopped dealt to the enemy, the increased damage effect will slowly diminish over time. So again, pretty cool. Out of here, guys, I was pretty impressed with the loot that we got out of here. It's a pretty successful thing for literally just coming through, dropping in some of your heroes within Treasure Scramble. Again, we're going to have to look and see what formations are going to work in here, because this is now a permanent part of AFK Arena. And it's cool that it's permanent because it just provides you additional loot. So guys, that'll do it. Just the summarization. We do have a couple more things coming up. We have a new Voyage coming up. We have a new Peaks of Time coming up. There is quite a bit on the horizon for AFK Arena, including the Temporal Rift. We got a new Misty Valley. A lot of things from the patch notes 1.92. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.